All right, we're rolling. All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to Sophomore Success Series Workshop 4. Our topic today is an introduction to college. I know it seems a little bit far away, but we want to make sure you're as prepared as possible when you get into 12th grade. So I have a poll everywhere question that I wanted to put out to the group. I will pull it right up. So here is the link. Paste. And I will share my screen so we can see as responses pop in. A window, college readiness. And so the question of the day is, what comes to mind when you hear the word college or college application? Oh, activate. It can be a word, it can be a phrase, it can be a feeling, it can be anything. Hi, I think we just had one more new friend. Hi, S2, is that how you say your name? Okay.
Yeah.
S2. Welcome. We're just doing a poll everywhere, just getting some thoughts on what people think on college. So in the right chat, you'll be able to find the link to the poll everywhere. You can submit your response. So right now, our first word is stress. Hi, Mr. Troutman.
Mic was off. Hi, how are you?
Good. You made it just in time for our poll everywhere session. So feel free to put in what comes to mind when you think of college or college application if you have some thoughts about those words.
Sure.
Okay, so we have stress and stressful. And it's anonymous. I don't know who is putting in what. Stress or indecisive. Okay. GPA in all capital letters. Okay. Comprehensive. Difficult. Okay. Decisions. Yeah. Jobs. Someone's thinking far ahead. Alrighty, you can continue. I think you can even submit multiple answers if you want, but does anybody want to share a little bit about why they put the word they put or words? And you can just unmute yourself. Ooh, adventure. I like that word. You can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat.
Wait, what was the question?
Oh, just share why you typed in the word you typed.
I typed in stress because
Okay.
like college applications just seem like a lot of work and like a lot of waiting for like answers and stuff like that. So like I feel like it's gonna be stressful.
Okay, yeah, and it seems like you have a couple friends who feel the same way. But the nice thing about it is it's a whole lot less stressful if you start this early.
Yeah, I put stress because it's such an important decision. Like, it's something that really has a big influence on you in the future. So you have to make sure you're like doing the right thing. And I put indecisive because it's hard to, like, there's a lot of factors you have to take into account when you decide where you want to go and stuff like that. So
yeah, I like that. And it's probably one of, the bigger decisions you've been able to make in your life since you don't really get to pick what middle school, high school you go to. I like that. How about anybody else? Comprehensive is very interesting of a response. That's not what I expected. Someone want to share anything else? You can tell me what you heard from people. Yeah, Madeline, sorry.
I also said stress, but
Okay.
It's just because like even like the process of filling it out is stressful, but like Jane said, it's a really big decision, and so I think there's a lot of stress that goes behind that decision. Like knowing that it has such a big impact on your life, I think that's another aspect of the stress besides just like the actual work to fill it out.
Yeah. So hopefully my goal today is to make it less scary for you and to feel less stressful because you have a lot of support system and you can actually have a lot of fun with it in the process. I don't know. I think I have a lot of fun with it when I talk to students because it's a lot of it's wide open and there's so much out there. So hopefully we'll be a little less stressed out about college when we leave here. You'll learn the tools that you can use so you don't feel like you're navigating in the blind. So we got your back. All right, so we have a quick Kahoots. Oops, I'm not showing the answers, am I? This is a teaching one. We're gonna do a one-on-one device. All right. And word around is that it's more fun when the volume's on. You don't have to use your real name if you don't want to. We just might not know who to like applaud to if you don't use your real name and you win. Netflix, okay, what's familiar? All right, I think we're waiting for 2 more people. One. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's get started. So, intro to college. So I just kept the title simple. All right, question 1. About how many hours do you spend in class in college? All righty. So yes, you actually don't spend that much time in class in college. I think people have about 3 to 5 classes, and classes vary in length, but you have a lot of time on your hands. The thing that's usually in high school when we're in person, you're probably spending like 30 plus hours in class. The nice thing about college is that you're not sitting in there all the time. However, you do have a little bit more homework to do, and a lot of it is readings. But I just wanted to let you know that in college, yeah, you do have a lot of free time on your hands. And it's up to you what you do with it. All right. S2, very nice. True or false? The only grades that matter are those I get in 11th and 12th grade. Okay. So nobody's thinking that I can just get Fs in all of 9th grade and then it will be erased from my transcript. Yes. So you're building it up. All righty, yes, so. Number 3, you need to know what major you want to study when you apply to college. Yeah, so a lot of students actually go in as undecided. So you take a lot of general education classes, and then during your time there, you make your decision. And changing majors is so popular, it's so normal in college. So it's not a decision that is set in stone at all. All right, Netflix coming up. Number 4, students in Norristown Area High School should apply to how many colleges? We would say about 6 to 12, just so you have a couple that you will for sure get in, a couple that are, maybe like we're pretty sure you're getting, and then a couple that's, more like reach for the stars. And we just want to make sure you have as many options as you want. Sometimes you get to compare financial aid packages. This school is giving me more money than that school. This school has a program that I like more than that school. So 6 to 12 is a very good number. Woo, Jane, suddenly right on the top. Very nice. Avoid AP or weighted honors classes at all costs. It's harder to get an A there. Yeah, so we would say false because colleges get your transcript. They see not just what your GPA is, but they see how you got that GPA. So what classes do you take? So when you take AP and weighted honors classes instead of regular classes, it shows that you're challenging yourself. And the very nice thing about it is that, yes, it's a little bit harder, but it's like weight to your GPA. So getting maybe a B+ in an AP would boost up your GPA more than like a B+ in a regular class. So when you start selecting those classes, think about AP and weighted honors. Get some in there. Oh, Jane, right on top. And last but not least, the best school for me is the school with a high rank and that everyone has heard of. Very nice. Let me put back my headphones real quick. All right. So thank you for playing my Kahoot with me. For your very last question, the best school for me is a school with a high GPA and that everybody has heard of. I think I put that in there because that's what I thought when I was in high school. And I realized that there's so many different types of schools out there. There are 2 years, 4 years, small schools, large schools. And I realized that the schools that I've heard of are very, very big schools. And for me, that I realized that I wanted a smaller school because I wanted to be in classes where there are like less than 20 kids. I wanted my professors to know me. So there's so many colleges out there. And just because, not everybody has heard of it does not mean that it's not the best school. And also ranks. Yes, there's a number on US News, but schools have so many different programs. So the school may be ranked as number 1 in the whole country, but maybe for their engineering program, they're not number 1, and some other school is number 1 because you're more specialized in that field. So just some vocabulary, because I feel like that part could also be a little bit stressful. There's gonna be a little bit more new words, but you'll get a hang of it. So the first word is naviance, which we will come back to in a second. Ms. Mitchell will be helping me out with that. We're gonna show you how to navigate that. You'll be spending a lot of time on it. So PSAT, SAT, and ACT are terms that you should know PSAT, because word around is that an email was sent to Mr. Roth, and I'm sure everybody checks your email every single day. So the PSAT is a practice SAT test. SAT, ACT tests are standardized tests that kids throughout the entire United States and even abroad take. It covers at least math, reading, and then ACT covers science. It's just a test to see, what your knowledge is about different topics like geometry and your reading skills. The PSAT is a practice SAT that we highly recommend that everybody take because it's free and Norristown will offer it. And so you can get your results back and you know what you can study for better next time or what you're already really good at. For major, it is the academic subject in which you want to study. And just FYI, you can pick multiple majors. I took 2 different majors in college. So it's just something to think about when you're in your classes right now. What classes do I like? What subject do I like? Or also, what is my dream job? And that can help you think about what major you like. Letters of recommendation. they're what it sounds like. Usually a lot of colleges require you to get some. I think like 1 to 3 is typical. They ask you to get it from your teachers, at least some teachers, sometimes counselors, an advisor or a coach. So think about letters of recommendation as you would be asking your teachers for them in senior year once you start applying. So something you can do in advance is make sure that, you have good relationships with your teachers. Speak up in class so they remember you and they know who you are when it's time to write your letters of recommendation. And extracurricular activities. So a lot in the college application, they would ask you what you're involved in outside of school, because colleges want to see that, you're not just doing school and just not doing anything else for the rest of the day. They want to see that you have passions, you have hobbies. They want to see what you're excited about. So especially now with the school day being 3 to 4 hours, you have some time on your hands. And extracurricular activities could be a part-time job, make a little extra cash. And because you learn other skills when you're outside the classroom. If you were part of a student organization, maybe you learn fundraising skills because you were selling t-shirts. At a part-time job, you may learn how to work with people because you're working in a kitchen and you can't just run a kitchen by yourself. So that's something to think about, and get that started early, because it's also very nice to see you're able to grow more when the longer you're involved in an extracurricular activity. For example, if you join as a sophomore or a junior, maybe you could take up a leadership position as you get through senior year, and that's just very good life experience. And that also looks really nice on a college resume, college application. So GPA, grade point average. I think everybody's familiar with it because that's all over your transcript. So it's just the 4 out of 4. It depends on whether it's weighted or not, but it's just the average of all your classes, and every school would look for that. And that's something that you can't really reverse. So that's something you keep building up over time. AP and weighted honors classes. So there's it's kind of the more challenging version of a regular class. So if you are going to pick biology, I think it's sometimes they change a little bit, but I think, for example, biology, they would offer it in regular, in advanced placement format, and weighted honors format. So when you're picking classes, you can talk to your school counselor or Miss Mitchell and myself about which one you feel like you would be a great fit. It's okay if you're a little bit nervous about taking an AP class, but that's challenging yourself, and you would also learn. You'll also be able to prepare yourself for a little bit more challenging coursework that would be available in colleges, and especially if you're interested in going into a career about it. For example, if you want to be a chemist, taking an AP chemistry class would probably help you a lot in getting there. And it's an opportunity to challenge yourself and also to learn more, and also to boost your GPA. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Naviance. Everybody has access to it. You go in through ClassLink, and I'm going to stop presenting so Miss Mitchell can share her screen. Miss Mitchell, are you ready with your Naviance? All right. And I know I just threw a lot at you, but we will have a Q&A section in the end. And you can always meet with us if you want to go over anything in particular. So this is ClassLink. You sign in with your school username and password. There's this teal button there that's called Naviance. It's going to say student for you, so just ignore the staff. So you're going to go ahead and click into that.
I'm going to unmute myself too.
Okay.
So when you guys do click into here, it's going to put your email address here for you just to click it. So you don't have to know your username or password.
Oh.
It's a single sign on. So when you guys click in, this is the first screen that you're going to see, this color. Now I'm done talking.
So this is Naviance. Let's go ahead and go to Supermatch because as I talked about, there's so many colleges in the United States, big one, small one, urban, rural. So it's where do I start? So where I would start is go to colleges right on the top right corner, click on colleges. There's Find Your Fit, Supermatch. So very first one. Alrighty, so for everybody, what matters in a college is very different. So there are many different aspects of a school to think about that, would be important to you. So for example, having the major that you want, being a public or private school, seat and body size, if you want to be in a huge school or a small school, and on-campus housing. Do you want to live on campus or do you want to live at home? And just FYI, you can put as many criteria as you want, but the more criteria you put in, that means the less colleges you'll find. So I would start with maybe 2, and also depending on location. Do you want to be in Pennsylvania? And after you put in, let's say, we'll go Pennsylvania. Let's say close to home. There's nice financial benefits when you decide to stay close to home.
So to find Pennsylvania, you would hit Mid-Atlantic, or you might even actually be able to just type in Pennsylvania. Probably not. Let's see. Yeah, you could put in. Yeah, you can pick it there, or you can cut some of these off since they're border states.
Okay.
So we can just type in Pennsylvania. Oh,
Where's Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it's not showing up because it's on this drop down. So let me get rid of everything here.
And you can select as many states as you want if you're open to the whole United States. But let's just pretend for this scenario that we're going to stay close to home. And let's say I want to be in a large city. I don't have a car, and I just love public transport. I want to be in a large city. And I want a seat and body size. Let's pick, I don't care, public, private school. I want a very small school. I want to walk around and I want to be able to know a lot of people. And yeah, let's keep on-campus housing on. I might want to go live in a dorm. So let's see what that comes up for us. One institution that is, I was probably a little too picky. But for example, in this case, there are a couple of schools that come up as really good matches, and it will tell you why. So let's go to Holy Family University and see why it was 100%. So can you click Y for me? So it would say it has 7 out of 7. It has the location I want. It is located in Pennsylvania. It is a large city. It is 4 years. Only has 3,000 kids. They have on-campus housing. They have bio. And it works out. And also the very nice thing about it is on the right, you can look at the GPA requirements and also SAT. So for you would know your scores. If you're not sure what your GPA is, you can let us know and we can help you look that up. So you can kind of see how you compare to it, and you can decide if it's like a safety school. Yeah, it might actually get in kind of school, or is it more of a shoot for the stars kind of school? So that's the first way I would use Naviance, and you can play around for this as long as you want. So the second thing I wanted to share is college visits. Every week we have a couple colleges come visit to meet students from Norristown. Y'all are very popular. To share a little bit about their school, and you can ask a lot of questions to them right then and there, and you can learn a lot about them. So it's all online and it's all after class. So in order to do that, you would go to home. You would go down and you would go to what's new. So just tomorrow, we will have a couple colleges visiting. So you go to Sophomore, and let's pretend that you're interested in, let's pretend I'm interested in Widener University. So I would hover Widener University. I am free at that time. Oops, registration closed. Oh, that's a instant decision day 1. So let's go back and pick another one. Sorry.
Well, that's okay. If you guys do see that it says deadline passed, even though it's not November the 20th yet, that is an instant decision day appointment for seniors only. So that's why you can't register for any of these.
But you can do that when you're a senior, and instant decision day means that you interview on the spot and you find out on the spot if you got it. You don't sit around and wait until February or March. So let's do Wilson. Let's say I'm free tomorrow at noon and I'm interested in this school that I see, Wilson University. So in order to sign up for that, where's the register button? It's usually on the top. Oh, you would click register now, and Ms. Mitchell will send you a link. It's usually through Zoom, so all you have to do is click in the link, and Ms. Mitchell will send you a reminder the day of. All right, so can you click into Wilson College real quick? So if you want to learn a little bit more about the school before you visit, click on the green name, and this is a lot of what you can find about it, virtual tours. You can actually schedule a tour now too. There's an average price, but don't worry about that too much. There's financial aid, so don't let that stop you. Acceptances, and also who's visiting us. And just FYI, there's colleges, new colleges that sign up all the time. So just keep coming back to this page, and you'll be able to see what other colleges are coming. And you can also find out more about them by just clicking inside. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Mitchell, for the demo. And if you have trouble going into Naviance, let us know.
And so, guys, these visits have not been available to sophomores ever. So we just opened it up for sophomores to be able to join these visits. So if you want to, you can go in and look, and we've already opened it up for you.
Very nice. All right, I just have 2 more slides I wanted to go over. I'm not sharing my entire screen. I'm sharing a window. So what you can do now, 1, awesome, you're right here. 2, get good grades, because that's gonna add up to your GPA. Join a couple extracurricular activities. Find out, it might be a chance for you to find out what you're really interested into. Take a part-time job. Just FYI, Shannondale is a retirement living community, and a lot of students work there in dining services. If you're interested in attending their job fair, it's really close. A lot of students just walk there for work. Just put your email in the chat box, and Ms. Mitchell will put you on the calendar. Attend some college visits, virtual or in person. You may sign up for one that you've never heard of and end up falling in love with it. Talk to your family, guardians, and counselors about college, getting their ideas on how you could plan it out. They know you especially if they know you pretty well. And challenge yourself with some AP and weighted classes. And how we can help you, many ways. If you're a junior, we can help you sign up for the SAT. Everybody else, please make sure you're looking at Mr. Roth's email about the PSAT. We can help you build a resume. A lot of jobs, when you want to look for a job, you need to have a resume. We can help you with that. If you're not able to sign up for college visits for any reason, let us know. We can help you plan out finances. We can build a plan based on what is best for you, and creating a timeline. It can just be very broad, like maybe next semester I want to take the SAT, the next semester I want to start writing my essays. We can make a plan on what works best for you. So last thing is, I wanted to share the College Career Center website. You can also take a picture of the QR code, but Ms. Mitchell updates this website all the time. It has great information. It has events, it has announcements. So I'll drop it in the chat. And that's all I have, so I will start answering questions.
And did we talk about the PSAT yet?
Not real. I just said it's in Mr. Roth's email. Do you want to share a little bit about it? And I will get to, Ryan, I will get to your question about resumes in 1 second.
Should we wait until after we take the PSAT to sign up for the SAT? For the 11th graders, it's kind of up to you. If you have already taken Algebra 2 and you've already taken geometry, you can take it in December if you want to, or again, you can wait until March and then maybe begin in May or June.
How do we sign up for the PSATs?
Let me finish, okay?
Sorry.
That's okay. So you guys want to make sure that talk to your counselor to kind of see strategically when you want to sign up if you are a junior, okay? So if you're going to take it in March later and you've already taken Algebra 2 and Geometry, then you want to make sure that you continue to brush up on your Geometry and Algebra 2 skills just so that you won't lose them. To sign up for the PSAT, there's an email that Mr. Schmalbach sent you guys this morning. And so all the instructions on what you need to do are there. So you're going to follow those instructions. And so it's going to be on January the 26th. I'm looking at the email now. So he actually has a link that you can sign up to register. So I will highly recommend that you sign up and register for the PSAT because it's a practice SAT. And it gives you the opportunity to be able to learn what it's like to take a timed test, to see what kinds of questions are on there, just to see all types of things. And then they'll give you a printout. Well, not a printout, but they'll give you a report of how you did. So they'll give you your score. They'll tell you what answers you got wrong, which ones you got right. They'll tell you what types of questions they are, and then it loads into your College Board account. So when you go in there, they also have something in there called Khan Academy that will help you guys be able to practice for the regular SAT. And it will actually look and analyze your results to see where your strengths and weaknesses are and kind of put together a study plan for you. It does all that stuff. So you want to go ahead and register for that ASAP. Okay, don't worry about people saying that, oh, I get to stay in and take a nap and you have to go to school. If you're trying to do things that other people don't, you got to do some things that they don't.
Okay. I have a question.
So, Ryan, did I answer your question, Ryan?
No. I have 3. What are resumes for?
No, hold on. Let's finish answering the SAT one. So you said that the SAT one, did I answer all your PSAT questions?
So PSATs are free?
Yes.
And what about, can colleges look at them?
No.
So only us and you guys?
Yes, it's the practice.
Is it the actual questions? Is that going to be on the SATs or some of them?
No, just similar questions.
Okay. So like related ones?
Yes.
Made by the same company. Oh, sorry, go.
How do we sign up?
It's in that email. There's a link in the email that everybody got that email this morning.
Okay.
Mr. Schmalbach.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Jane, your question is about SAT. So I just sent a link with SAT dates. So there's one in May, there's one in June, and there's one, they haven't released the dates yet, but there will be ones all over fall. They have fall and spring every year. So there's like 7 every year you can sign up for.
Okay, thank you. And I have one more question about the PSATs.
Yes.
I know they told us that juniors can get the merit scholarship if they do well on the PSATs, but the merit scholarship is also for the SATs, right?
You qualify for it's called the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. Is through the College Board. And so if you score well on the PSAT as a junior, then that means that you will be able to go go into the final contest or final competition. So we did have one student this year, Andrea Ritter, that qualifies to go into the next round. So she'll find out later in the year if she is getting some money or if she's going to get like a full scholarship based on her score results. So it's only related to the PSAT. However, even if she does not receive the award, she can put that on her records as a bragging right. And so it really makes her transcript or your transcript look much more attractive, even if you did not receive it, because the score is so high, it's reflective of the score that you would receive on the real SAT.
I'm sorry for interrupting because you just said something about transcript. What does a college transcript look like?
Hold on one second. We just want to make sure we finish answering Jane's question because I'm easily distracted. So I want to make sure.
Me too.
Did I finish answering your question, Jane?
Yeah, so it's basically just like a competition kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this is more personal. Like, we can talk about it later if you want, but I'm still having trouble with Naviance, and you said to let you know if we are. So.
Okay, so just hang around after the meeting. We can try to see if we can resolve it or put it in the help desk.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
can you help me with that later too? Because I don't understand how to get in it.
Okay, and then you did have another question, Ryan. I think it was about a resume.
Yeah, what are resumes for?
I told it right up. It's not mine, but it is a sample one. So a resume is kind of like a bragging sheet. So it's to showcase kind of who you are and what you've done in one to two sheets of paper max. So a lot of jobs, so ignore this like right side, but this would be a resume, name, details. So somebody, usually when you apply for a job, they want to know, where did you go to school? What experiences do you have? What did you do outside of school? What are your awards? And then who can they call to, learn more about you? So I will put,
Question.
And we can help you make it too. Yeah, right.
For a resume, so for example, if I'm in Art Honor Society, could I put that on there?
Absolutely. You can put just about anything you're involved in on there. If you have a part-time job babysitting, put that on there. You can put special skills you have. You speak 2 languages. You play the flute. You play the saxophone. You play soccer. Anything can go on there. It showcases who you are.
So, yeah. Those are my questions.
Yeah, and we can help you make that.
So you can actually, what do you use to make a resume?
I can show you with Google Docs.
So what we can do, because I know, Ryan, you already have an appointment with me on Thursday, so we can talk with you about that on Thursday. Unless, is there anybody else that has a question about resume? Because I want to make sure we only have about 5 more minutes, so I want to make sure that we allow.
I have a question, but it's not related to the resumes.
Okay, so if nobody has anything about resumes, Ryan, when we meet on Thursday, we can talk about it in detail then. All right, Ms. Johnson.
Okay, so I was wondering, like, about colleges. Does it cost more to like live on campus, or does it cost more to live off of campus?
Depends on where you're living. If you're living, for example, if you're living at home, and let's say your parents and guardians don't charge you any money to eat or live at home, then you would save money. But if you're living in the school, usually you would have to pay for that and for food there. The main cost, if you're living for students who say that they want to live at home with their parents who don't charge them rent, is probably like gas or SEPTA tickets to get to the school and back.
Okay. Also, are there some colleges that like do housing? Like they do housing within the colleges, like you can apply for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of them really encourage students, especially if you're a first year, to live in the school just so you can make new friends there. But a lot of schools have that option that you can live on there.
I have a question about scholarships quickly.
Okay.
What is a good year to start applying for scholarships?
Hold on 1 second. Let's make sure that we finish answering Ms. Johnson's question.
Sorry, I'm bad interrupter.
That's okay. You can also type it in if you're afraid you would forget to.
And remember, we only have about 3 more minutes because we have another program afterward, and Jane's going to stay afterward to get her questions answered.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. All right, Brian.
What about scholarships? When is a good time to start?
Like
applying them.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Most of them are available for targeted more towards seniors. We would have to look into usually they come up a lot when you're looking for colleges, and then you look into specific colleges, like what financial aid they have. There are national ones, but most of the ones I've heard of have been seniors. So usually we recommend that seniors send off their applications by Thanksgiving, and a lot of local scholarships come up in the spring. So after you're done submitting it, spring of your senior year will be a great time to look into scholarships.
I have one more question. What about financial aid? Do colleges offer that a lot?
Yeah, so it depends on where you go. And it depends on what state you're in. For example, if you're in the state of Pennsylvania, you may be eligible for a little bit more. We had a financial aid workshop. I will send you okay, so I'm going to send 2 links right now. I'm going to send a link for anybody who wants to meet with myself and Ms. Mitchell individually. And then second of all, I'm going to send you a link to Ms. Mitchell's site. We had somebody amazing come in from like the department that does a lot of financial aid, who just does this 24/7, and they shared some amazing information about financial aid in both English and Spanish, and you can look for the recording there.
Where? I'm confused.
The sites on the right in the chat, it's sites.google.com.
Okay.
And there's on the left, there's a financial aid videos and resources.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all recorded there, and Ms. Mitchell selected 2 really brilliant guest speakers who know a lot about this.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for attending.
I have one more question.
Yeah, we gotta go, honey. You have an appointment on Thursday, so we can do all your questions. We have to get on to our next meeting because somebody's waiting for us.
Okay.
Write it down, or email it to us.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We hope you have a really great rest of the day. And the next session will be about career exploration.
Bye.
So looking into different jobs.
But Jane, you can stick around, okay?